Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahmiti Azhari Aini. With my students number is 222122122. In this video, I wanna talk about persuasive speech. So, what is persuasive speech? Persuasive speech is type of speaking that have the goal is to influence the attitudes, beliefs, values, and acts of others. Some persuasive speeches attempt to modify audience attitudes and values so that they move in the directions of the speaker's stance. Others aim for an explicit response, as when a speaker urges listeners to donate money for a cause or to vote for a candidate. Sometimes a speech will attempt to modify both attitudes and actions. For a persuasive speech to be effective, consider these tips. Number one, focus on motivations. Success in persuasive speaking requires attention to human psychology, to what motivates listeners. Audience analysis is therefore extremely important in persuasive appeals. Number two, balance reason and emotions. Persuasion is a complex psychological process of reasoning and emotions, and effective persuasive speeches target not one but both processes in audience members. Emotions get the audience's attentions and stimulates a desire to act. Reason provides the justifications for the actions. Persuasive speeches are built upon arguments, stated positions with supports for or against an idea or issue. Appealing to reason and logic, or to what Aristotle termed logos, is important in gaining agreement for your positions. It is especially critical when asking listeners to reach a conclusion regarding a complicated issue or to take specific actions. To truly persuade listeners to care about your argument, however, you must also appeal to their emotions, to what Aristotle termed pathos. Feelings such as pride, love, anger, shame, and fear underlie many of our actions and motivate us to think and feel as we do. You can evoke pathos in a speech by using vivid imagery and emotionally charged words. Number three, stress your credibility. Audience want more than arguments from a speaker. They want what's relevant to them from someone who cares. Audience members' feeling about your credibility strongly influence how receptive they will be to your proposal, and studies confirm that attitude change is related directly to the extent to which listeners perceive speakers to be truthful and competent or well prepared. Number four, target listeners' needs. Audience members are motivated to act on the basis of their needs. Thus, one way to persuade listeners is to point to some need they want fulfilled and then give them a way to fulfill it. Number five, encouragemental engagements. Audience members will mentally process your persuasive message by one of two routes, depending on their degree of involvement in the message. Even though such listeners may sometimes buy into your message, they will do so not on the strength of the arguments, but on the basis of such superficial factors as reputations, entertainment value, or personal style. Number six, uh, construct sounds arguments. In an argument, you offer conclusions about some state of affairs, support it with evidence, and then link the evidence to the claim with reason, or also called warrants. Number 7, identify the nature of your claims. Depending on the nature of the issue being addressed, an argument may address three different kind of claims: of fake, of value, and of fallacy. Each type of claim requires evidence to support it. A persuasive speech may address only one type of claim or consist of several arguments addressing different kinds of claims. Number 8, use convincing evidence. Every key claim must be supported with convincing evidence, supporting material that provides grounds for belief. Number 9, use effective reasoning. Reasoning is the process of drawing conclusions from evidence. Arguments can be reasoned inductively, deductively, or causally. Number 10, avoid fallacies in reasoning. A logical fallacy is either a false or erroneous statements, or an invalid or deceptive line of reasoning. Number 11, address cultures. Persuasions depends on appeals to values. Culture shape these values. Thus, the audience's cultural orientations will significantly affect their response to persuasions.